You don't have to look far to find someone who has felt the impact of Ron Toigo.
Well, I think he's meant a lot to junior hockey in the Lower Mainland and throughout the province. He's just always involved in promoting the game, and I think that promotion has caused a lot of growth in young players becoming real good junior hockey players and getting to their future in the NHL.
What he's done for my life and my career, without that opportunity, I probably wouldn't be here today.
He's just an amazing person. I think he did a lot for every single guy that's ever played for the Giants, I think, and a lot for hockey around the community. So he's a great person, and he should be in there for sure.
Ron Toigo played hockey as a kid, but in his own words, quote, "I'm not sure they had a camera back then." His involvement in hockey ownership goes back to 1991 when he was a part of a group that bought the Tri-City Americans. But it was in the year 2000 when, along with good friend Pat Quinn and Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe, that he helped bring major junior hockey back to the city of Vancouver. It didn't take long for the Giants to become an on-ice success, winning their first WHL title in 2006. The next season would be a banner year for junior hockey in Vancouver as they were scheduled to host the 2007 Memorial Cup, thanks in large part to Ron Toigo's hard work and dedication. That dedication was felt by his team, and he paid it back with a memorable tournament run.
Enjoy, Vancouver! Your Giants are about to win the Memorial Cup!
Ron, to me, is one of the best people in hockey, and I think a lot of guys get into buying franchises because of the fame or sometimes the money. Ron did it for one reason, and that was to win.
In 2006, Toigo made another impact on the game of hockey in this country when he was part of a group that brought the World Junior Championships to the city of Vancouver. "We thought we could do something special," he would say. Something special is exactly what happened.
Make it back-to-back gold medals. Canada brings it home in Vancouver.
Despite all the success on the ice, the people that have been most impacted by Ron Toigo are the hundreds of players that have benefited from his generosity.
I owe a lot to Ron. Coming as a 16-year-old, the timing of my life with stuff going on with my family, Ron made it really easy to come up here and live away from home. And when my mom was battling cancer treatments and stuff like that, he was gracious enough to fly her out when she was feeling better to come see her first game and stuff like that, and sit in the box with them. And it's just little things like that you remember. Goes out of your way to help you as a player. And you could be here for 2 years, 3 years. I was here for 4. So they were my family at a very young age, and they molded me to the person I am today.
But for me personally, I basically owe him everything. He brought this franchise to Vancouver. I was able to draft me, and I was able to come play here. He was a guy that you could approach. You deal with some owners that you can't talk to them. And I think Ron's just a personal guy that you can relate to on many levels.
Please welcome Ron Toigo to the British Columbia Hockey Hall of Fame.
Ron's going to make his way up to the stage. Fellow owner of the Kelowna Rockets and the WHL, Bruce Hamilton's going to make the plaque presentation. Ron Toigo's Vancouver Giants 10 years ago had won a Memorial Cup. 14 players off of that team wound up playing games in the National Hockey League. Congratulations, Ron. Well done.
I just would like to quickly say a few words here tonight on behalf of the Western Hockey League, most importantly. But there's a few people looking down on this event tonight that are very special to Ron. His father, Gordie Howe, and Pat Quinn were all very important parts of the Vancouver Giants. And I'm positive tonight that they're looking down and very proud of Ron and his family. And what a wonderful honor for myself to be able to present this to him and welcome him to the BC Hockey Hall of Fame. most deserving for somebody who's done a tremendous amount for hockey, not just for the Western Hockey League, for British Columbia, and bringing the many events that he has to Vancouver and the Lower Mainland. So, Ron, congratulations, and Michelle and the family. Wow, great night tonight. Congratulations.
This is a real great honor, and Bernie and the nomination committee, I can't tell you how much I really appreciate it. Paul River Regals, congratulations. It's where I was born, my hometown. It's what a great night to do it the same night as you. Toledo, you started with us in Vancouver, and we still miss you. But congratulations on your award. You're an amazing trainer, and all the comments about what the players said about you is true, and we sure miss you. Joey, you know, it's a great honor for you as well. You know how long you've been in hockey when almost everybody up here tonight's worked with you at one point in time. So, and Justin Sordiff, our first pick from last year. Congratulations. I wasn't aware of that tonight. It's a real honor to be doing this tonight. Well, you're getting your award. It's a thrill, and we're excited watching you put the Giants back to where they were when we were winning those Memorial Cups and being part of this turnaround that we're about to go through. So, and the rest of the inductees tonight, we're all connected in one way through Pat Quinn. You know, he was friends of all of us. Tony, through hockey, I know you were friends with Pat. Thomas and Brad, I know or Thomas and Dave, I know you worked with Pat, with the Canucks. And John, I know you videoed him all the time, and was part of the Hockey Night in Canada and the evolution of that. And Brad, when I asked you what you thought about Pat last night, you said all I remember is him yelling at me all the time. So I knew Pat thought a lot of you, and Dave, I know that he thought the world of you as he brought you into the fold there, and then you and Berkey moved on to bigger and better things from there. I got into the hockey business in 1990, and when I bought the Tri-City Americans, I didn't have a clue about the hockey business, and what a disaster it was. I made every mistake under the sun. It was probably, there wasn't any mistake we didn't make, but we learned a lot. And that I know I lost a lot of money, I lost a lot of hair, and things didn't go well for the first go around. But in 1996, when Pat Quinn was let go by the Canucks, we're out for lunch, probably at a white spot, and we're talking about what he's going to do next, and Pat said, maybe I'll use my law degree and go into that or something. But he said, so Pat asked me, what do you think? I think the Western Hockey League would work in Vancouver. And it's something I had never thought of before. And I said, you know what, Pat, it might work here. And, you know, I know things changed a lot from when it went left. And so why don't we start looking at it? And I think that year, Washington went to the Stanley Cup, and George invited Pat out to that, and Pat got the Leaf job. And so it kind of went on the back burner, but I continued to work on it. And by 1999, I said, Pat, you know, I think it really works here. And I was fed up with Tri-Cities and being in that, driving out of that mark and doing that. So we pursued it, and Gordie Howe, we were out fishing one summer, and he wanted to be part of it. So with Pat Quinn and Gordie Howe, I really liked our chances of having some success. So in 2000, we were awarded the Vancouver Giants, and 2001 we got going. And our business plan was just do the opposite of what we did in Tri-Cities, and it worked. It worked really well. And part of getting the Vancouver Giants that we said when we made our presentation was Vancouver is a good city for events, and we knew that they would support a World Juniors, they would support a Memorial Cup. They would support a top prospects game and so on. And so the Vancouver's awarded the Olympics, and so we decided to go after the World Juniors. And Bob Nicholson, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you trusting us. And I know Ottawa was the guys that were supposed to get it that year, and he really believed our story, a story that we really didn't know what we were telling at the time because we'd never done it before. But he believed in us, and we delivered, and it was one of the greatest events ever. I think it took Hockey Canada or the World Juniors to a different level where the money was a lot, but the event was really, it was fortunate. There was an NHL strike at the time, and everything went right. They won, and Bob, you've been a great friend ever since then, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. And from there, we went on and did the Memorial Cup the following year, and again, with Stu Ballantynes, Callie Quinn, my son Pete, and Dale Sipe, and then the rest of the group that did the event the year before, what they learned from the World Juniors, they carried on from there, and we won it. And couldn't have done it without Don Hay and Scott Bonner and Craig Bonner and all the staff that was there, all the Giant staff and the volunteers. And the amazing thing is, through this whole event, you make so many great friends. And all of you in this room are friends, and we've all worked in this circle of hockey in some capacity, and it's been a great ride. And we look forward to hosting the 2019 World Juniors next year with Barry Petrochenko and with Victoria, and it should be a great event as well. But all these things don't happen without support, and I'm so fortunate to have support from my family, my wife Michelle, my mother Elizabeth, Zach, Rebecca, Steph, Pete, Sarah, all of you, Abby, and but our ownership group with the Giants has been really special. We've been through some bumps along the way. We're not doing what we used to do, and since Pat's been gone, we lost Pat, and which I know he's a great friend of almost everybody in this room, but he was a real void in our department. And so when we're making moves, we go, well, what would Pat do? And so we make these moves, and then we go and lose a whole bunch of games, and we go, well, maybe Pat wouldn't have done that. So now we're going to go with what wouldn't Pat do, and we're going to see if that works. So we're going to try that one out for now. But it's been great, and Michael and Louis Buble have been great supporters. Bruce Allen, Katie Ann, thanks for coming up. This is great, and your support is really important. Sultan and Kamal, Tara, it really makes it work when I know we got those guys behind us. And Sandra, I know it's a heck of a void for you, Pat not being there, but your support is really important in how we make this work. And you know, Pat's always a kidder, like you guys always know. I used to think he's a kidder, but one of the things Pat used to always say, there's nothing more limited than being in limited partnership with Ron Toigo. And so I think he was kidding. But anyways, thanks everybody, and nomination committee, really appreciate it. Thank you.